show drags. This is not anything that we haven't heard before, and you've all been to races everywhere, and the show drags. The only thing that drags the show is getting from the driver's stand to your pit spot, or your marshalling spot. And the faster we can make those transitions, it makes a huge difference. So we are literally, in the course of a day, we're talking the difference between getting out of here at potentially 10 o'clock tonight or 2 o'clock tonight. And it's all up to you. We've got all of our stuff in the computer. We've got everything set up. It should run like clockwork, but we've got to make those quick transitions. And the only thing we're always waiting on, like every track, not just this one, is those turn marshals. So if you could, do everything you can to drop the urge to go back to your pit, drop your stuff at the CNS auto garage, drop it off, come back out here real quick so you can get this going. Brian's going to go into more of the race program details, but I want to thank Brent Densford, Beach RC. We couldn't do it without him. Let's give him a round of applause. So, Brent and I kind of shared a vision and had some discussions, and he saw this for what it was way back a year ago, and said, man, I'll try and do anything I can to help you out. I love what you're trying to do, and we need more of this kind of thing. So we really appreciate Brent coming in and giving us all the support that he possibly can. Everybody else, you know, Local Scoop, Queen City Jiu-Jitsu, all these guys are local businesses, and I realize a lot of you are not in the Charlotte area. So I would just be my plug for shop local, shop small. I'm a small business, they're all small businesses, especially in these times. Walmart doesn't need our help. These guys need our help. So I need your help. I'm glad you're here. So thank you. Last but certainly not least, we've got just a couple people to thank, other than our wonderful sponsors. Miss Jan in registration. She works all year long to make sure that everything is cool and all your forms are ready and your packets, and we got that all dialed up. My wife, Christina, which is probably hiding behind a camera somewhere. My son, Chase, who you'll see him out here doing his best Derek Harris impression, in turn marshalling today, probably. And there's just countless numbers of people to thank, whether you've helped a little, whether you've helped a lot, whether you've actually helped me build this place, or you've told people about it. You're just as big a part of this growth, you're just as big a part of the success, and we are really glad you're here. So, thanks again, enjoy the rest of the weekend. We're gonna have a great time, it's gonna be good. I think the track is coming around great, and I'm gonna hand it off to Ryan, and he'll go through the specifics of the racing.
Thank you, Josh. Good morning. For those of you that don't know, my name is Ryan Cottle. I will be your race director this weekend. Just want to go over a couple quick things. I know you've already been heard. Big thanks to Josh and all of you guys for having me come out again. This is the third time that we've done this, and you guys can see how far we've come in just 3 races, and it can just go uphill from here. This is something that really I don't think anybody in the industry has seen a race that's popped up and been this successful this quick, and that's all thanks to you guys, so we really appreciate it. Just to go over a couple quick things, Josh already getting ready to marshalling. We're going to have 3 heats today, 3 rounds. They're all going to be in the same order. I'm getting to marshal, so we're all going to be in the same order. The only thing that's going to change is which heat you're in. So if you're in Sportsman E-Buggy, there is a possibility that instead of being in a race, let's say if Sportsman E-Buggy is race 11 and 12, there's a possibility you might be race 11 one round and 12 the next, because it's all random. Every single round you'll be starting in a different spot. Sometimes you might be number 1, sometimes you might be number 18. It's all going to change. I need you guys to help keep up with that. It's going to be updated on live RC at the end of every round. To indicate the end of every round, you will hear the 5th skill cars out on the track. When you hear the 5th skill cars, go ahead and start checking live RC, because as soon as they're off, everything will be updated, and we'll have a whole new schedule for round number 2 and 3. There will be a very quick break in between rounds. It's just going to be long enough to blow off the track. We'll roll right into the next round. For those of you that have been asking me about the way we're going to score today, it's all heads-up racing. It's a program called Race Points. Basically what that is, it's just like qual points, but it's just the number of cars in your race that you're racing against. So when you race heads up and you come in first, you get 1 point, just like you would in qual points if you were first overall. It's going to be the same for all the heats. So if you come in the first place car in the first heat of Sportsman E-Buggy, he's going to get 1 point. The first place car in the second heat of Sportsman E-Buggy, he will also get 1 point. The tiebreaker of the points will be your top 3 consecutive laps. So it is all heads up racing. You want those valuable points. It's going to be the best 2 out of 3. So after the points, you do want those top 3 consecutive times. So it does go to a time for the tiebreaker. If anybody has any questions about that, let me know. But just to put it in layman's terms, go fast, be consistent, don't have to be marshaled, you end up in the main event. Here's how we're going to roll through the program. You see there is a TV on the landing to the driver's stand. When you are going up the stand for your race, there will be a window over to the right that is going to show the starting grid for your race. Please try to look at that as you're making your way to the stand so you will know where to line up. The quicker we can get everyone on the grid for every race, the quicker we get through the program, the sooner we get to go home, get some extra rest, and we have another long day tomorrow of mains. When you are up, for electric guys, you can put your cars over here in this open area and drive through where the white arrow is. Nitro guys, please keep your nitro cars in staging. When a group comes down from their race, wait until everyone is past the part where the ramp starts. Then you may start to come up the stand. Come up the stand, get in one of the spots, and wait for me to release you from staging. Once I release you from staging, you will make 1 lap around the track and come back to grid. So if you're nitro, your pit guys will start you at staging and they will move here to the grid. For electric, you just make 1 lap and just go ahead and line them up. I'm going to give you the lineup for every race, but try to know around where you start. That way we get the race started. For marshals, I'm going to have the 2-minute intervals in between races. So come down, you can put your car at the C&S Auto Garage, come out to the track to marshal. If I have the grid set up and I have a full field of marshals, once the grid is set, if you are not checked in, we go. I can't wait on people today. We did that little bit of Sizzler, the program dragging along. We don't have time. If you are not checked in grid by the time I have full marshals and a full grid, the track's going hot. If you want to throw your car there in the middle of the race, you can, but we got to go. Same thing goes for marshals. If I have a full grid and I have a full field of marshals and I have plenty of drivers in the last race and I don't see a cone that's covered, I'm going to start calling names. If you are not out here by the time we are grid and everyone else is in their marshaling spot, you will be deducted a lap from your fastest time, and I'm not afraid to do that. I had never had to do that before, and I don't think I'm going to have to do that today. We did an awesome job yesterday in practice, but it's all on you guys how fast the program goes.
All right, one last thing. I forgot to mention, and I kicked myself. Let's give a big round of applause to Matt Olson. Matt is here. Matt is here. He is broadcasting all of today and all of tomorrow live on Live RC with multiple camera views, moving camera, close-ups, commentary. If you get done with a race and you happen to get a tap on the shoulder, stop. It's probably Matt. He probably wants to talk to you. You need to talk to your fans. You need to plug your sponsors, all that good stuff. So take the opportunity. We are live on Live RC, Scale Racing Sports on Facebook, Mod Live Media YouTube, Twitch, Mod Live Media. So if you can't find us, you're living under a rock. And the beauty of that whole thing is everybody can see what's going on. So put on a good show out there today. We're glad to have you. We have about 10 minutes before we hit the track. So let's get ready to go.
Hey, real quick, I'm not going to drag this out. I want to say one thing. There's probably only 3 people here that understand what Josh has to do to put this together. That's Josh, Brent Dinsford, and probably Kevin Bullock. And somebody, sorry if I don't know. And his wife, sorry. I thought you were talking about another track. So all I want to do is say that until you realize the amount of effort that this guy puts in to do this, please keep a positive attitude. Don't critique how things go. And understand that every year is going to get better, as I've seen him do. And all I want to do is say that everybody in this building owes this man a round of applause, that we can get one huge round of applause for Josh Dowd.
Did anybody have any questions? And please check the heat sheets now. If you have any discrepancies on the heat sheets now, check your transponder, check the spelling of your name. Please come let me know.